Welcome, Strategy Battlegrounds, to the GBHL YouTube video. You're here with your host, GBHL Damien.
And GBHL Tom.
And we are here with a very different and very special video this time.
We're downstairs on the sofa.
That's the different bit. First in a series of 5 videos.
5 videos?
With 5
When was the last time we did
videos.
a series of 5?
I don't think it's ever been done by anyone before. Something a bit different for us.
Mm.
And it is to do with our favourite pet project.
SBG.
SBG?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, would you like to?
Yeah. So this is issue 3, so you've seen this before, we hope. If you've not, where have you been?
What have you been doing with your life?
But we thought it'd be nice, whilst we were producing SBG, issue 3, to do a kind of documentary style tracking of how we made it and what kind of went on behind the scenes here at SBG Towers. So what we've done is put together kind of this 5 video set of clips which kind of takes you through the process of what we did to create it.
Yeah, so this will this first part is going to pick up in August 2015. Give you some idea now where we are. Actually, that's probably worth doing. It is now October. October 2016.
Yeah.
So this clip has been recorded as you're kind of watching this,
Yeah.
and we're just about to release issue 4. That's coming out very soon at Ardicon in a couple of weeks. It's gone to print. We finished it. And basically, when we filmed all this stuff, it's full of spoilers for issue 3, and actually a couple of spoilers for issue 4. So you'll get a couple of little issue 4 teasers in these videos. A couple of pictures in there that didn't make it into issue 3 that are now into issue 4. And we filmed all that stuff, and we didn't want to put it out as soon as issue 3 came out because it would be full of spoilers. Essentially, we wanted it to be very much retrospective. So we thought that given the new issue is coming out, this would be a decent time to kind of go back over this and show you what the production of an issue of SBG is like. It picks up in August 2015. So if you bear in mind that issue 3 was released in April 2016, so the documentary is going to cover the 8 months kind of prior to release. It also stuff has happened before this, so as you'll see, it picks up. We've already started playtesting the scenario. And people all over the place are building us stuff. So at this point, Barry had been working on the scenery for 8 months. Dave was working on the Necromancer as we started recording, and Matt was working on the Wraiths for about he started in June. Yeah. So a couple of months. So that's where we are starting essentially. So it's not right at the start of the process.
No. And yeah, so this first video is going to take you from that starting point of when we thought of the idea to record things, and then this one will go all of the way up to the photo shoot weekend. So we won't show you any of the photo shoot weekend. It's all of that pre photo shoot weekend.
But yeah, that's kind of what this is going to be about. So we hope that in the build up to the release of issue 4, these videos are in some way interesting. It's fairly exhaustive, I think, as a kind of process of some of the things we go through, and we hope there's some little tidbits and behind the scenes teasers. There's interviews with the various people who've helped us out along the way in the various across the 5 videos, and we hope you like it. So yeah, here's the first part. So it's the 22nd of August, and at the moment we are playtesting the scenario. We are still fiddling with the rules, and we are waiting on the scenery and waiting on the models. So this is what we have in front of us. This will obviously look nothing like what you see and what you read in the magazine, but to give you some idea, these are the 9 ring wraiths, who for ease are being represented by Camille, the actual Easterling, and then Aragorn, Gimli, Legolas, Frodo, Pippin, Merry Sam. And we're doing that purely so that we can tell them apart here, because we don't have the 9 named ring wraiths. We also have pretty much everything on here is a proxy, isn't it? We've got Mordor trolls standing in as Mirkwood spiders, and Easterling cataphracts standing in as giant spiders. So you won't have seen any of this, obviously, but this is all the way that we are trying to balance the scenario. You'll see that the Necromancer, he's a cave troll. So We have got some of Steve Crow's at this stage. We have taken delivery of these.
Half of them.
Yeah, we have half of Steve's awesome spiders, which obviously haven't been painted. Tom's painting these. So we've got those. And we've got loads of the other ones over here, which you should have all seen painted by now, by the time you watch this. And we've got the bat swarms that I still need to paint. But so it's a proxy heaven here.
Yeah,
but,
we've got Galathrim instead of your elves.
Absolutely. But yes, we're making good progress.
And Denethor is Radagast because you didn't bring a case of models.
Denethor's Radagast and Gandalf the White is Saruman the White. So it's all a bit confusing. But we're now just about 5 weeks out from recording the Bat Rep, so we need to keep playing with it. But that's what we're up to this evening, and it's good fun. So, Tom, where are we now and what are we up to?
We're in your gaming room, Damien, and we are playing out again the battle report for issue 3.
About a week later? About a week later?
Yeah. Yeah, a week after you saw us in my conservatory in Vista. And this is... we're partway through the game. Damien's forming a nice little ring with his ring race.
So what have we got? We've got some... The good force is... Because I'm largely painting the good force, that's pretty much proxy free here. But because Tom's doing the evil force, it's proxy heavy. So what have we got this time?
We have an eagle. 2 eagles.
Yeah, we've got 2 great eagles.
They're being giant Mirkwood spiders.
As are my 2 Mirkwood spiders in the trees. So they're good. I don't know where he is. He's hiding around there somewhere. Mirkwood spider in the tree. Perfect.
You can't twist him. We're mid-game.
Oh, it's topical.
It won't be topical when this goes out.
This is true. That was really, really funny about 6 months ago. The ring wraiths are ring wraith models. They're not the beautiful conversions you saw that Matt done. God, sorry for that. I'm using 2 Castellans to fill up with the things. I'm using a Twilight ring wraith who might be painted by the time you see this as Camul and the Witch King. The bat swarms are there, but they're not painted yet.
And then there's no Hunter Orcs.
No Hunter Orcs.
Uruk Scouts.
We've got a selection of,
Berserkers if they're the 2-handed variety. Or Ferals. Ferals are swords.
Yeah.
Berserkers are 2-handed, and Uruk Scouts with bows are the bows one.
There's a Rider of Rohan there.
Yeah, that's Spider. Giant Spider.
Giant Spider, of course. We've got 8 of those. We do have most of the White Council. Golb's in there. Thranduil's there. Needs painting. Radagast, Galadriel, they're all right. And the majority of the army, as you can see, of the good army, is indeed the Mirkwood Elves. You've got Saruman down there, and Elrond's in there under that spider somewhere.
You've still got a few elves to paint, haven't you, Damien?
Yeah, they're over here. I've nearly finished my next 6 that just need the bases doing here. But there are another 6 white ones. Yeah, let's get the tea away from that, because that will just... that's just a disaster waiting to happen, isn't it? Honestly, Tom. So there we are. We're about to start turn 4. It's going all right for Necromancer. As you can see, he's just killed Gandalf. Gandalf's gone down, but he's down to just 11 will already.
Good Necromancer, strong Necromancer as a cave troll.
Yeah, the Necromancer cave troll.
And if you're wondering what all these little dice are,
what are they, Tom?
these are the markers to let us know if we've moved the ring wraith this go.
Yeah.
And done a spell with it.
Turns out if you have 9 ring wraiths in a battle at the same time, you need to remember.
We also have dice on the spiders for wounds.
Yeah.
And we also have them on the people with 3 will points per go.
Yeah. And so, and has Gandalf got it? Oh no, he's dead. So yeah, that's how we're going. It's going alright again though. It's interesting having another playing out. I think we're finding the scenario. But as you can see, we do our bit to do extensive play testing for you guys. But it is good fun.
Yeah, how many times is this the 5th time?
I don't know. More than that, I think. It's at least the 5th, and plenty more to come.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember in the documentary, but near my freshly painted elves, I told Tom to move his cup of tea not long ago. Tom, what have you got there?
It's an elf.
What is it?
An elf.
Can I see the elf?
Yes.
Yeah, this is my elf I finished painting today. What? Is he glossy?
Yeah.
Why is he glossy?
I don't know, did you use a gloss varnish?
No, what did you do?
He got caught on a spear. And fell in the tea.
You dropped him in a cup of tea. Why are you smiling? Why are you smiling about it? You dropped my model in a cup of tea.
It's cold now though, so
we don't know what to do about this.
No.
I mean, I'd ask for your advice, but frankly, it's been 6 months since It happened. Look at this man. Look at him. Look at everyone who always says he's a nice guy. He's a sporting guy. He dropped my effing model in a cup of tea and is now laughing about it. That's what working on SPG is like. It's the bane of my sodding life. So this is a ludicrously exciting time because this has just arrived from Kev. Finally delivered from Shadow and Flame. We have a giant box, and you've probably seen some of the stuff we've been working on the various Facebook threads. But this has been delivered, and I thought this was a kind of moment that I was just going to have to blog, so I'm going to unpack it with you guys. Because this should be the Necromancer and the display base. I'll take this out because I happen to know that is the Necromancer. I said it was in a box separately. And I say display base, of course. This is a Kev Lawrence display base, which means it's huge. Oh my god. There she is. It's wonderfully packed. And I've seen a couple of pictures of this, but it's great to be seeing it in the flesh. And at that point, as I stare down here, I'm going to have to cut, because I think I'm going to need 2 hands to get this out, but I will come back in a sec. And here it is, and oh my god, isn't this incredible? Now I know that it's crazy to think that by the time you see this, you would have probably seen this in loads and loads of glory shots in SPG, but right at the moment it is the 9th? The 10th of September, SPG doesn't exist yet, and this is my first time of seeing this in the flesh. And Kev, if you're watching this video, it's incredible. Dave, if you're watching this video, it is incredible. It's absolutely stunning. This is the base, as I might have mentioned before. I asked Kev to make a scenic base for him, and this is the monstrosity that he produced. It's absolutely staggering. I'm not quite sure at the moment how we'll feature this in the magazine with Barry making the terrain, but I reckon what we'll be doing is having a kind of heavy metal showcase style page just of this piece of the Necromancer on the base. And who knows, maybe even incorporating it into the larger terrain. But I think for the battle report we might leave it with Barry. So this is just stunning. The way the kind of vines are all creeping around, it looks straight out of the movie. We've got this dead tree over here. The stairs coming down here. There's lots and lots of blood. It's absolutely incredible. And he's done a great job on it, so well done, Kev. And now let's have a look at the main man himself. How do you suppose you get this guy out? There he comes. And this is our Necromancer. Custom sculpt by Dave Fredericks. Paint job by Kev Lawrence. It's incredibly hard to picture, to describe exactly what we said to Kev. We needed a smoky kind of monster that's representing the Necromancer when he's attacking Gandalf in film 2, and whilst not just being a smoky blob, so we wanted some kind of part of Sauron in there, and my god has he come through. This thing is absolutely amazing. It looks so cool. I can't wait to, this has got to be my next project now, even after SPG I've got to get some Hobbit themed evil models painted up so I can use this guy as the Necromancer, because I reckon any TO in the land's going to allow this, what with the rule of cool. But there he is in there. Cool paint job from Kev to get the lava fiery effects. We wanted it. We wanted to give him a bit of light and a bit of colour in there, but without ruining the fact that the model was primarily black. But yeah, there he is. As I said, you've seen this model all throughout the magazine, no doubt. But here are my first reactions, and they are good reactions. So it's cool because this is the first thing we've had delivered finished for SPG issue 3. Steve has sent over about six of the 12 spiders so far, but Tom's got to paint them, so they're not finished. So this is the kind of thing that really makes us start getting excited about it. Now bear in mind, I don't know if we've updated you about this before, but the bat rep has been pushed back. Matt was just honest with us and said he didn't think he'd get the ring race finished, so we've pushed that back a bit, which means that the publication date's going to go back a bit, and it also means that we'll be playing the bat rep a bit later, which is a bit of a shame, but it can't be helped, and we don't want to rush any of these guys. So getting this is awesome, and the question of course becomes, where the hell am I going to hide this thing for the next 3 months for anyone who comes around? But these are a good problem to have. So massive props to Dave and Kev. You've done an outstanding job. Okay, so it's more exciting content time. It is currently where are we? It is the 24th of September at the moment, and it's a Thursday. And is it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. Wow, this week's gone quick. And at the weekend, I was at the Mansfield Tournament, Crisis and Longbottom, and I took delivery of these from Steve Crow. These awesome spiders. So we've already, I think we've shown you the previous batch, but Steve posted down the last batch, and he'd done about 8 of them, I think, and I picked up these other ones off him at the tournament. So basically what we asked him to do was take the Mirkwood spiders and the giant spiders and just make them a bit more interesting. And he's clearly excelled himself, because these look absolutely awesome. There was another couple that came with these, but Tom's taken them home last night. So we've got this giant spider here climbing down a statue with the stony base of Dol Guldur. This one is absolutely awesome. We've got this kind of rock pillar with the metal one hanging down, and kind of Steve's built this cage. It's kind of like torture cage. And what I'm really excited about is that Steve's actually making a little tutorial for this. He's taking photos of this, and there's going to be an article in there in the magazine about how to make these cages. And there's also a little body down there, which is cool. And we've got this one, which is awesome. It's made a very Dol Guldur-y arch, which is really going to fit in with the terrain that Barry's made, even though the two haven't coordinated, which is kind of awesome. And this is a Mirkwood spider, which again looks awesome with the repost. And Steve's made this web shooting out, which is kind of awesome. So it will hit, it's as if he's shooting the web at anything, and it's all going to erupt over their face. But yeah, it's really cool. So this is another 3 of our giant spiders, which Steve's doing an absolutely fantastic job on. I think when we said, can you make them slightly more interesting poses, we had no idea what level he was going to go to. So cheers for that. There was also one more thing that came with it, which is awesome, which is this. Our Gandalf objective marker, which is a conversion by Steve Crow, which is absolutely incredible. I think it's based on the which one is it? The Khazad-dûm Gandalf, I think. But he's done this incredible conversion, and this is our objective marker for the battle report. And obviously, he's reaching out his hand to Galadriel, straight out of the movie. The base looks awesome. He's got his staff broken on there. Absolutely brilliant. Some more fantastic work from Mr. Crow. And we think this is this Gandalf figure will almost certainly be on the cover, reaching out to the White Council. But yeah, so yet more cool stuff arriving from people. At this point, I don't know if we filled you in on this yet, but we had to push the battle report back, and it has gone back to the 6th and 7th of November, I think it is, that weekend. So it's a bit of a delay, unfortunately, because we just couldn't get everything finished in time. But it will be worth it when it comes out. We're now realistically talking, I think, about a January launch. I don't think we're going to be able to get it done for the league final. In fact, I'm almost certain we won't. But which is a bit of a shame. But then Christmas obviously will delay it and everything. But yeah, we're hoping to launch it maybe at the first Titans tournament in February, I think, is our current plan. Cool. So that's what's been going on recently, and we'll come back next time we've got something to show you. Okay, so it is the 10th of January.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's going on?
Well, it's been a while since we've last done one of these, but we've done another run through of the battle report. I don't know how many, David and I can't really remember, it's probably about the 7th or 8th?
I think it's more than that. I think we played about 10 times.
10th.
Yeah.
But we've got someone else to get involved.
Who's that guy?
Oh. You may not recognise him because of his smart haircut.
Whoa, look at that. That is, you may know him as GVXR Jamie.
So yeah, we just played the battle rep. Damien was going to give Jamie some tactical advice, but Jamie wasn't interested.
No.
So Damien was doing some painting.
Yeah.
So I was the good side and Jamie was evil.
How'd it work out for you, Jamie?
Well,
I narrowly lost.
Oh, you lost.
Damien's distraught that Jamie lost because he usually plays as evil.
Oh, but he turned down my advice. So.
Yeah.
Killed everyone but one.
And this time we had, that's the courtyard square, and we have
Obviously.
Saruman left alive at the end.
Just Saruman.
Just Saruman. Which is good.
Yeah, and he had a total of
He was well healthy.
no might, 1 will, 2 fate and 3 wounds, so he still has his...
Pretty healthy.
Pretty healthy.
He's just, he was a bit of a beast. Yeah, we think we're set on the rules now. We didn't make any amendments in that game, did we? Well, just tightening some of the wording, thanks to Jamie, but no real.
This is
major
also
rule changes.
for us the first time we've played with the complete elf army painted. The first time we played with some of the spiders, the hunter orcs.
Yeah.
I think we've got more white counts, so we had more Gandalf stun than we've used before.
Yeah.
So it's starting to look a lot realer.
Yeah.
The board's still
Apart from
obviously.
that eagle.
Yeah, apart from the Mirkwood spiders, which are still eagles.
And Necromancer's there.
Necromancer, I
And
think
dead
he was in it
Gandalf.
last time. Yeah, we had dead Gandalf in there.
Yeah, they're both dead. They're not just lurking outside.
Necromancer and Gandalf over there. There are still a few cheeky Rise of Rohan giant spiders, but it is getting there.
That was just because I can bring them on the train.
They are done. They are painted at this stage.
Everything's done.
So yeah, another run through, another close version of the scenario that would have made a good bat rep.
Yeah, yeah. We've had two that have come down to the last rolls essentially.
I think it's more than that. I think we've played it a bunch of times and had
Okay.
really tense
Yeah, a bunch.
endings. I think, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah, and it's 3 weeks away now.
It is.
Actually
Yeah,
record.
3 weeks until we do the photo session and record the bat rep.
And the board's looking amazing.
Yeah.
And the remaining characters to be finished are looking good too.
Yeah. And we're still now unpainting an extra Gandalf and an extra Galadriel just for some glamour shots that we don't necessarily need, but
Yes.
we're hoping to get done.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where we are at the moment, and I'm sure we'll stop in again soon.
Okay, so we're back to SBG production blog. It's been how long since we were playing with Jamie?
Careful. 11th maybe? 10th,
Okay.
11th? So
Of-
last week, it was a week ago, of January.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're now on the 19th of January.
Yes.
Which is a very exciting time because a week Friday, so we're finally talking in a week Friday, we are doing the bat rep with Matt and Barry. So,
Spoilers.
Spoilers. So this has created a flurry of activity from us
At
to
SBG
get-
Towers.
At SBG Towers to get everything ready and kind of we're finally doing stuff. So we suddenly realised, despite having all this planning time, we've actually got a lot to do for the bat rep in advance.
And what is this?
Well, this is the version of the bat rep that we've been playtesting with of late. So the first version. So it's like a draft, and you can see we've scribbled all over it. Anytime we made little amendments. So what we are currently doing is we're now in the design document, which is here. Be curious just to look back on this and
Yeah.
see if this page looks anything like this. We think there's going to be a picture here. We think maybe Gandalf and Thrain will
and
be on
that
this.
may go on the right.
Yeah, this may go. We're currently writing, kind of formatting it, trying to what we call lock this article, so that this one is finished. It'll always change, but so that it's in place. And what we always try and do is come up with, for the special rules, try and come up with almost fluffy names for them. So, for example, hopefully by the time you watch this, you've read the battle report on the scenario. But there's a rule about if the necromancer kills Gandalf, he starts to drain his life force, and we've called that "there is no light wizard," because that's what he says to him when he's dueling him on the bridge. And what we've got is we've got the special rule where once the evil force is broken, all the ring wraiths come back to the courtyard, and then they start draining Gandalf's will. And what we're trying to do is come up with a rule for that, and you're going to see this live, hopefully happen, I don't know yet. But we were talking something like he is gathering all evil to him, but that's what Saruman says about thingy.
Sauron.
About Sauron.
In the Fellowship.
In the Fellowship, yeah. So what we ideally want is we're going to, we found this scene, which we think we can show you this bit. It's really hard to see what that is.
Yeah.
That bit.
Yeah.
In Destination Smaug. And what we're going to do is watch the scene where they have a chat afterwards about the ring race rising up and see if there's anything in there that we might be able to call the name. Now, we have no idea how copyright and stuff works for a tiny little clip, so we are going to turn this away from you, so you'll hear the audio, which I'm sure will be fine, but you won't actually film it. We'll probably be alright, but just better be careful. Are you ready, Tom?
I'm ready.
It's long since been lost. It was been I'm gonna...
I have a number there on that. This could be deeply anticlimactic.
Now, Gandalf, I don't understand. The ring wraiths have been summoned to Dol Guldur.
But it
Ring wraiths have been
be
summoned?
necromancer. A human sorcerer could not summon such evil.
Who said it was human? The 9 only answer to one master.
The 9 only answer to one. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
And in our blindness, the enemy has returned. He is summoning his servants.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's summoning his servants. That's
Done.
pretty good.
Perhaps not looking to fiber. He's no ordinary hunter. He is a commander of legions. The enemy is preparing for war,
It's a bit big, isn't it?
which will begin in the east. His mind is set upon that mountain.
And then he goes
Where are
on.
you going?
He's summoning his servants.
Yeah, that one's good.
Yeah.
Strong.
So, if we now go into there, we'll put in something like he is summoning his servants. So now we have, he is summoning his servants.
No, wait. No, it's.
He is summoning his servants is our name for that. Whether it will stay that way, honestly can't say, but maybe, assuming this has all gone well, pick up your copy of SPG issue 3 and see. And if it is, that rule was written on January 19th. Kind of interesting, potentially, I think.
Potentially.
So, or deeply, deeply boring. Maybe you just watch Tom and Damien watch a bit of The Hobbit. But yeah, so this is kind of what we're up to today. We're working on that. We are amending this so that we have a locked version of our
Scenario.
scenario
To
to
send
send
to-
to Barry and Matt so they can read over it so they know what we're doing. The other thing we've been doing is this, which is
Ooh,
very exciting
super
for us.
exciting.
Models we need for photo shoot.
Mm.
And on the other side, photos we need. So what
Yeah.
this is basically, this is an incredibly important document that we type up every model that when we go to gyms for the weekend, we type up every single model that we need. This is the cover.
Yeah.
This is my sketch of the cover, right? Have a look at the cover, see if it looks
Will
like
it be anything like
this is the Necromancer. This is Gandalf on the floor. This is Snooker Saruman and maybe Elrond and Galadriel. And these are the Dol Guldur staircases with the ring wraiths. That would be an awesome little snippet. See if that made it for the cover. So yeah, we have to make a huge long list of all the models we need for
And who
not
needs
just
to
the
bring
bat
them?
rep, but all the glamour shots. And then on the other side, we need. This is almost like you do this for your wedding. You have a list of the photographs you need, and the best man as they're going to go through and get them all. So. It's a very important thing to make sure we get everything on the day.
Yes.
So that's kind of what we're going through. We are sorting this list out, sorting the scenario out, and proofing Tom's article tonight.
Yeah.
And that's
And trying to
what
film the
we're- and
Palantir.
filming the damn Palantir.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we're up to at the moment. And there's a little update for you. And I think now, I know that you don't see any difference because these clips are coming seconds apart, but you're going to see a lot more updates in the next
Short
10
space of
weeks.
time.
Yeah, I mean it's a relatively long short space of time, but
Yeah.
we've got about. Did we say it was 10 weeks after the bat rep?
Yeah, that we want to
that it needs to be
finish
done
it
by.
by. Yeah.
So yeah, there's, God, SPG issue 3. Unless something goes wrong, will be finished in 11 weeks.
It doesn't feel like that right now. Yeah, because we want to release at Jamie's Desolation of Stockport.
Yeah, do you want to talk about that? Yeah, there's Tom. Look, it's double snazzy. It's our. Do you remember the Palantir where we had double snazzy haircut? It's that night. That's where we are. So yeah, so what's our release plans?
Our release plan is to release at Desolation of Stockport, and we've had the idea today that we might do something special at that event, which will involve not just me and Damien, but also all of the contributors who hopefully will all be at the event. We're just messaging them to check now. So Matt, Barry, Shadow and Flame Dave, Ed,
Kev, maybe.
Kev, if he's there, and James Baldwin.
Yeah.
Steve.
Steve.
Trying to remember everyone.
We might
who's
not get them
out.
all on the panel.
Yes. But yeah, we're hoping to do some sort of Q&A where we talk about the process. Kind of an extended version of this, but for the guys who are at the tournament and girls.
Something tells me this video is going to be more than extended enough. But yeah, so hopefully, I think the idea is not so much for us, but for Barry and Matt and Dave and Steve to get a little moment in the limelight where we've got their stuff on hand and they get to people get to tell them how awesome it is, because it really is awesome. Oh, can we show them? I know you've seen all this, but we're excited. This is the other thing we're excited about today. It's been a big day for SPG.
Yeah.
That Barry, your stern shot, has just sent through this.
Whoa.
So this is I don't know how well it comes up, but this is
Pre-production shot.
this is how the board looks at the moment. Right, it's coming out nicely there. which is incredibly exciting to us. You've obviously seen this in vastly more beautiful
Glamorous
shots, but this is awesome. We're looking at it now for the first time, kind of painted and all assembled, and it looks absolutely incredible. So we're over the moon with this really at the moment, and very excited about playing on this in 12 days, which is kind of crazy. As of yet, it's worth saying none of the ring raids are painted.
No.
Matt Davis is going to have to do a. Hang on, it's not, I don't know what we can show all that. Matt Davis is going to have a spectacular painting thing. He's finished sculpting. He's finished sculpting as of today, I think, and he's now got a speed paint the 9 ring rays. But he seems happy about it.
Yeah.
So that's about where we were. Fairly long update for you there, but
Yes.
there's a fair bit going on today. It seems. So
And there'll be more.
There'll always be more. There's definitely more. Like we're saying it's only 11 weeks, and we've been working on this issue for way over a year. More is going to happen.
Yes.
I don't know, like there'll be 10 times as much work in the next 11 weeks than there has been last year.
Do you want to show them the cover?
cover? Yeah.
Oh, wait for it to come into focus. Oh.
What do you reckon? Be interesting again. Is
will
this
it
still
be
on
the
the
Hill of
front?
Sorcery? Probably not. We'll probably have to move that out of the way for the photo. I mean, we try to get the photo to fit.
Surprisingly tricky.
Yes.
There we go. That's what we've been up to.
Yes. And
Now we will crack on.
Yeah, we'll chat to you soon.
Okay, so we're back with another little update to show you the sort of way things sometimes work here at SBG Tales. As you see, we're still working on our scenario page, and at the moment, even though we're miles away from being finished, you can see that this column here at the bottom of the scenario is
have to give
missing.
it a second. It's there now.
This column here is missing a line compared to this one, and we don't like that.
No.
We always like things to be smooth, and we're trying to work out where the extra line goes. And so what we've decided to do is add an extra objective for evil, and that objective will be kill Thrain. So when you look at the objectives, when you see the scenario, you're going, "Oh, kill Thrain. That's interesting." The reason that's in there is spacing. Worth pointing out, we're not making a mocker as a scenario. He just dies. Every time we play it, he does die. The necromancer has to kill him. The evil player has to kill him to win.
Yeah.
It's just never been a standalone objective before. But so we put that in there, and who knows if it survives. But that's why kill Thrain is an objective and not just a consequence of what the necromancer's up to.
Edit, it may not be an objective. Come final release date. We never know.
So there you go. Some of the crazy reasons that certain things happen in the magazine. Okay, and I'm back with what for me is a kind of fun little addendum, because what I have in front of me is Gandalf the Great painted. And if you have been following my hobby vlogs, I mean, as I said, this is one of the times where I have no idea when you are going to see this video, but if you've been following my hobby vlogs this year, you will have seen him in my hobby vlog number 35, and that would have been published around the 1st of February, something like that. Yeah, I think it's February the 1st, the Monday. The little hobby vlog, and I've just recorded that hobby vlog, and it will be uploaded, and you've probably seen this Gandalf and you've had a good look at him. And what I wouldn't have mentioned in that is the reason I painted this Gandalf was for SBG issue 3, and he is the last model I had to work on for issue 3 of our magazine. And as it's currently Thursday evening, and I'm now this weekend we're finally doing the issue 3 bat rep, and so when we're taking all the photos, so we needed everything painted by this weekend, and this guy was the last model that I painted, or I had to get finished for this issue, and he's now done. And why this I think is particularly interesting, why I wanted to film it, is because there's the extra level of knowledge about the models, where you might see a model in a hobby vlog, I don't know when you're seeing this, maybe towards the far end of the year, I guess, and you don't know what I've just painted another Gandalf, but actually it's for a very real, it's got more of a reason behind it, I guess. And the reason for this one specifically is this is going to be for a glamour shot in the magazine where he's walking through Dol Guldur and Thrain's about to jump on him. So you all know the scene. If you imagine there's going to be one of Barry's towers of Dol Guldur coming up here, and Thrain the Broken up here about to jump on him, something like that, and it's going to be running down the side of one of the pages. That's the plan. And we painted this Gandalf because it was the pose that most represented Gandalf at Dol Guldur in that scene before he's kind of lost his hat and he's kind of walking around a bit warily, whereas my Dol Guldur Gandalf that I've painted up for the battle and for going through the tunnels doesn't have his hat. Tom's painted up 2 versions of him for being fighting the necromancer, the kind of action poses, and I've got a Rivendell Gandalf painted where he hasn't got his sword drawn. So this is the one that we thought best kind of looked like him as he's exploring the ruins of Dol Guldur. And so we've basically painted this guy just for that one photo, which hopefully will come out well and will be in the magazine. But I kind of thought that was a kind of little interesting tidbit for you. So yeah, in total we've had 6 Gandalfs painted for this issue alone for those various glamour shots. And this is the last one I did. And he's also important for me because, as I've said, he's the last model I need to paint. And it is currently something like the 28th of January. And I started painting my Palace Guard back on, I think it's the 12th of February. So it's nearly a year ago. About 11 months ago I started painting my Palace Guard. Now obviously I wanted to paint my Palace Guard to make a Mirkwood Elf army, but at that point I knew what issue 3 was. We knew it was going to be Dol Guldur theme. We'd started thinking about the scenario, and so we knew those Palace Guard were going to be in the issue. So I started painting for issue 3 last February 2015, and I finished painting for issue 3 in January 2016. Which is kind of crazy to think that for 11 months I've been preparing models for this issue and it's all leading to this weekend. So yeah, kind of cool for me to finally get everything finished, and it gives you guys some insight into kind of how far in advance we're thinking with this stuff. So who knows, maybe whatever I'm painting now might be the models that appear in an SBG in about a year and a half's time or something, but who the heck knows? Well, we know, but you don't. So maybe start speculating on that. So yeah, I thought that was something interesting, mildly interesting and worth filming. So there we go. As I finished painted my Gandalf the Grey, that was the end of the pre-production, as it were, on issue 3.
Yeah, so yeah, we packed a lot of stuff up and got it over to the photo studio. So that's where we'll be going in the next video.
Indeed. So be sure to join us for part 2 of this behind the scenes look at the production of issue 3. Until then, don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe.
Support your Hobbit host in the link below.
Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.
Support your Hobbit hobby.
And happy strategy battle gaming.